神羅転生
Yo, what's going on everyone? It is the Mystigan and welcome back to a new video on the channel today. So today I will be reviewing chapter 23 of the Boruto manga, and the chapter was titled Karma, and it's titled that for a very good reason, and we will discuss that soon. So essentially within this chapter, to give you a full rundown, we lift off where we took off last time, if that makes any sense. You know, we had Kashin Koji confronting Team 7 on a toad which he summoned, and it looked very dim and dire as if they were about to fight, and that's where it starts off. So what essentially happens instantly right off the bat is that Kashin Koji engages conversation with Team 7, specifically with Konohamaru, and then he proceeds to essentially cast a sealing jutsu. However, Konohamaru undoes it using a seal which he had on his stomach, so that kind of just came out of nowhere, but I mean, I respect it, I guess. I mean, it definitely got them out of the situation. It's not as if anything, Konohamaru was actually quite useful in this chapter. You know, people make fun of him for being useless, but I don't see it. I don't understand why they say that to him, why they say that about him, because he is not useless at all. I honestly think he's going to be a god tier character in the future, if I'm being honest, because he did go toe to toe with Kashin Koji in this chapter. We see him go hand to hand with Kashin Koji, and then they both use Rasengans on one another. So Konohamaru pulls out a Rasengan, and then all of a sudden, Kashin Koji gives him this strange look as if he knows what's about to go down, and then fires one as well. And I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, so Kashin Koji knows how to use the Rasengan? How? Why? And where did he learn this from? I mean, what the heck is up with this guy? Because even Konohamaru says, this wasn't ninja technology, this was definitely a real Rasengan. Like, who was this guy, you know? So that was just crazy to see, and the one thing that I noticed throughout this entire chapter is that Kashin Koji knows literally every single person in Team 7. He refers to Mitsuki as the son of Orochimaru, and he knows Konohamaru Saratobi, so it's honestly quite odd the way he knows everything about everyone. He's got an odd connection to the hidden, the hidden leaf village and all this and all that. He knows Boruto, and honestly, he knows the Rasengan. The theories of him being connected to Jiraiya are just getting more and more absurd and essentially solidified. I mean, you guys can say it's stupid to say that this guy is Jiraiya, however, when you've got a theory with this much, like, evidence to back it up, it's not stupid anymore, and honestly, to deny it, you're the stupid one. I mean, and now I'm not saying I believe that this guy's Jiraiya, because I don't, but to completely dismiss this theory is really, I'm just going to say it, hands down retarded, because the amount of evidence that you could use to say he is far more evidence than to say that he's not. Okay, so just keep that in mind with all these theories that you see, that they aren't completely stupid, they aren't clickbait, they're literally really accurate in a way, and it's kind of scary to a point where this guy could be Jiraiya, if I'm being completely honest. But continuing on, we see Konohamaru essentially get wrecked by a smaller version of the frog or something like that, which actually explodes. So Konohamaru does get knocked out, but then all of a sudden, so firstly I have to say this, the frog, what it did actually was it exploded, and it used one of Kashin Koji's jutsu, which was the flames of something. I can't exactly remember the name of the jutsu, but essentially it's god tier, and it's essentially, okay, it's called the Samadhi Truth Flames, or something along those lines, and essentially it's pretty much the Amaterasu of a non-Sharingan user. So these things, essentially, as Kashin Koji puts it, these flames cannot be put out by anything. the flames of purgatory will never be extinguished, is exactly what he says, because I'm just, you know, looking over the chapter as I'm saying it, just in case I need to say anything, and that's what he says, and then all of a sudden, now this is massive, and this is huge, Boruto pulls out his fucking seal, and all of a sudden, it literally, he says stop, and, the flames start to be absorbed by his seal. They literally start going in towards his seal. You can tell that Boruto is struggling because he's like screaming. He sounds like it's tiring, and the flames go into his seal. They are extinguished essentially off of Konohamaru, and this is where shit gets crazy because Kashin Koji notices, and then he's just literally shocked because, you know, the seal is called Karma. And apparently, Kashin Koji says, I had always thought that it was Uzumaki Naruto who defeated Momoshiki. So this literally gives solidity to the fact that you must defeat an Otsutsuki member in order to gain a seal. Or that's what we can gather as of now of this specific evidence. To get a seal, you must defeat an Otsutsuki member. And that is solidified by Kashin Koji saying that he always thought that it was Uzumaki Naruto who defeated Momoshiki. Why would he say that? You know, if it weren't for the seal, obviously. So, you know, Kashin Koji is in shock, and God, I have to say, the artwork of Boruto, with the seal going up into his eye, over the Jogan, it just looks really fucking epic, and I'm not gonna lie, like, the artwork here looks incredible, and I'm just really, really hyped about this specific chapter, this specific scene, this moment, because it's pretty legendary. Let's be real here, it's legendary shit, okay? So, the chapter continues, and Boruto collapses, and all of a sudden, Kashin Koji's just like, you know, yeah, I've had enough of this, and he leaves. So, this is really, really, really confusing to me, as Kashin Koji was literally going to kill them, but as soon as he realizes that Boruto has the seal, he's like, nah, I'll let you live for another day. So, that is in itself extremely confusing, and I don't understand. However, as we continue through the chapter, guys, the biggest thing we'll ever see, well, one of the biggest introductions the series will ever see occurs. Okay, so we've literally been waiting over a year for this introduction, and I'm not even going to play, like, you know, beat around the bush, because you know it from the title already. We see Kawaki, and that is just crazy. I'm just so happy that we got to see Kawaki, because, God, we've been waiting for such a long time, and we see him collapsed with many robots, you know, of the ninja technology that, you know, more advanced versions of the ones that Boruto and Team 7 had been fighting earlier, and apparently these things were very, very strong, and the way that Kawaki destroyed them was that of, you know, utter perfection, and according to Konohamaru, you know, whoever destroyed them, aka Kawaki, must have been an experienced user of combat. So already we know that Kawaki is insanely powerful, and I mean, this stuff is just getting more and more hype each chapter, because literally Kawaki looks god tier, even when he's, you know, collapsed. I'm just so happy to have artwork of him, like literal, real fucking illustrations of this guy, and he looks like a damn beast. He's definitely a part of Kara, as he has, I think that's the Roman numeral for what, like, what is that? I don't even fucking know. I'm sorry, I don't research Roman numerals, but he's definitely got a Roman numeral on his face, and maybe 8 or something. I would have no clue, guys, sorry, but he does have a Roman numeral on his face, just below his eye, and I mean, it's an interesting piece of artwork in this specific thing I'm looking at, because, you know, Boruto's looking at him, and then Boruto sees the seal on Kawaki's hand. So, you know, this is crazy. Like, how did Kawaki get the seal? I'm assuming that it was from Yorishiki, because that would be the perfect way to explain it. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe Kawaki will somehow appear in the anime soon, if it is true that he kills Yorishiki. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This chapter was incredible. Honestly, I would give this, you know, it just hurts me to think that we have to wait another month for the next chapter, because, you know, this is the climax of a massive arc. So the next chapter is going to be very, very light light and boring. I mean, not boring, but you know, it's not going to be very action-packed. It's going to be, you know, a more chill-backed chapter. So it kind of sucks that this series is monthly, because we get all this good stuff and then, you know, it's lowered by the fact that we have to wait another month. But very well, one of the best chapters I've read so far. More Kashin Koji. Finally, Kawaki appears, and we got to see Boruto's seal. You know, this was definitely a massive chapter. Let's pray that this series goes weekly, because then, you know, I'd be reviewing it every week, of course, and that'd be just insane. So much more content, and it would be incredible. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Peace out, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, and be sure to leave a like. I love you all. Peace out.